Good evening, folks, and welcome to Dragon Diamond for tonight's three-game series. Game one of a three-game series. Regional semifinals featuring the Buda Johnson Jaguars and your Round Rock Dragons. Time for tonight's starting lineup, beginning first with the visiting Buda Johnson Jaguars. Leading off, number 3, left fielder Gannon Plummer in left. Batting second, number 22, third baseman Brinley Oaks at third. Batting third, number 12, shortstop Selvin Garrett at short. Batting fourth, number 20, catcher Ricky Montijo catching. Batting fifth, number 17, center fielder Thomas Schnabel in center. Batting sixth, number 25, pitcher Anderson Burnt pitching. Batting seventh, number 7, first baseman Cohen Beacom at first. Batting eighth, number 9, designated hitter Joseph Cardona Jr., designated hitter. Batting ninth, number 10, second baseman Luke Levessar at second. And now the starting lineup for your Round Rock Dragons. Leading off, shortstop, number 1, Hudson DePriest. Batting second, first baseman, number 21, Trajan Godby. Batting third, catcher, number 22, Chris also Brooks. Batting fourth, center fielder, number 5, Cade Goddard. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 23, Luke Broadus. Batting sixth, left fielder, number 8, Jack Apple. Batting seventh, designated hitter, number 12, Quinn Bartlett. Batting eighth, number 9, right fielder, Jace Kivett. And batting ninth, second baseman, number 13, J.P. Kasman. And now, if you're able, we ask that you stand, remove your caps as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. And now, introducing the starting pitcher for your Round Rock Dragons. Number 16, Josh Horvath.
Welcome to round 3 of the regional semifinals, game 1, as the Round Rock Dragons host the Buda Johnson Jaguars. Coach Carter comes in with 495 wins and none bigger than Saturday's come from behind walk-off over the San Antonio Reagan Rattlers. The 2025 Dragons come in tonight 28-6-1, 14-2 in district play. Meanwhile, Buda Johnson riding a 23-10 season record, 8-4 in district. The Dragons coming in flying high tonight after back-to-back walk-off wins. Friday night, 3-2, and then Saturday in Dripping Springs over the Rattlers, 5-4. In the bottom of the ninth, with a runner on first and 2 outs, it would be the junior right fielder Jace Kivitz with 2 balls, 2 strike count, would fight off 3 pitches before roping a double down the right field line. With runners on second and third, the next batter, J.P. Kasman, with the biggest hit of the night, ropes a double to left center, bringing in both Brooks Miklinchek and Jace Kivett to tie the ball game up 4-4. And it would be the senior shortstop, Hudson DePriest, with a walk-off double. One of the first times I've seen back-to-back-to-back doubles. And more impressive was the pinch runner would be Hudson DePriest's younger brother on second base, who would come around to score the winning run of the game. Well, tonight it'll be Josh Horvath on the mound. Defensively for your Dragons, it'll be from third base to first,
Leading off for the
Luke
Jaguars,
Broaddus.
top of the first.
Shortstop Hudson DePriest,
Left fielder,
second
number 3,
baseman
Gannon Plummer.
J.P. Kasman, first baseman Trajan Godby. As I mentioned, Josh Horvath on the bump tonight. Chris Brooks behind the plate. Leading it off for the Jaguars will be left fielder Gannon Plummer. First pitch, swing, ground ball to Kasman, flips it over to Godby for the first out of the inning.
Next up for the Jaguars, third baseman, number 22, Brendan Oates.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Brenley Oaks, number 22. First pitch catches the outside corner, called strike 1. That next pitch runs up high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strikes to Oaks. Horvath misses on the third pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out already here, top of the first inning. Two balls, 2 strikes is the count with 1 out here. The shortstop, Selvin Garrett, on deck. Fastball runs up high. Here's the payoff pitch. Misses inside corner. Horvath doesn't like it. Oaks draws a walk.
Now batting for Buda Johnson, number 12, shortstop, Selvin Garrett.
That'll bring up the shortstop, number 12, Selvin Garrett, for the Jaguars. First ball catches the outside corner, called strike 1. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Next pitch flared, foul ball into the parking lot. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Round Rock in their home white uniforms, white caps with maroon bills. Meanwhile, the Jaguars in their gray road uniforms, black caps. 2-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3. Rings him up on an outside pitch. Catches the outside corner. And Selvin Garrett will go down looking. And that'll bring up the Temple College commit, the catcher, number 20, Ricky Montego.
Catcher, number 20, Ricky Montego.
With 2 outs, Oaks still on first base. Drew a 1-out walk in the top of the first inning here. Curveball, beautiful, breaks across the middle. 0-1 count to Montego. For the Dragons outfield today, left to right, Jack Oppel. Fastball up high, we got a runner, snaps it down, throws him out at second base. What a play by the catcher, Chris Brooks. Fires him out at second base for the 3rd out of the inning. When all said and done, 0 runs on 0 hits for the Jags. We'll come back after this to the bottom of the first inning.
Shortstop, number 1, Hudson DePriest.
DePriest, the Laterno University commit up in Longview, Texas. With the biggest hit of his life on Saturday afternoon in a 4-4 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. would hit the walk-off double to end the game and send the Dragons to round 3. First pitch, runs it up high. Ball 1. Next ball hit hard at third baseman. Oaks makes a great backhand, fires it to first for the out. First out of the inning.
Next up for your Round Rock Dragons,
And
first
that'll bring up
baseman,
your
number
senior
21,
first baseman.
Trajan Godby.
Number 21, Trajan Godby for the Dragons. Breaking ball misses inside and tight. And I understand there is a camera lag if you're on the air cam images. That is a 20-second delay, unfortunately. That one catches the outside corner for strike 1. YouTube has about a 20 to 21 second latency on video. Godby, the Temple College commit, steps in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swings, drives that one to right field. That ball was deep. Giving chase, and that ball is gone. See ya! Home run for Godby. Way to get the scoring started.
And that is a Dragon Diamond Dinger by number 21, Trajan Godby.
Trajan Godby setting the tone here, bottom of the first inning, with a long drive to right field. Hit that ball right about 330, 340 feet.
Next up for your Round Rock Dragons, catcher, number 22, Chris Also Brooks.
That'll bring up the number 3 batter, Chris Also Brooks. The senior catcher, 383 batting average, 444 on-base percentage. Leading the team in doubles, triples, and home runs. First pitch taken for ball 1. Next pitch called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ball hit into a short. Garrett coming over with the fire to first for the second out of the inning. Selvin Garrett at shortstop with the play.
Next up for your Round Rock Dragons, center fielder, number 5, Cade Goddard.
That's going to bring up the junior center fielder, Cade Goddard. That felt strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch, 1-2 out here. Breaking ball catching the outside corner, called strike 2. 0-2 count for Goddard. Breaking ball fouled straight back over our head here. Still an 0-2 count on Goddard. The junior with some pop in his bat. That ball just misses a hair high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big drive by Goddard up the middle. Base hit for Goddard, the junior center fielder. Finds a way with a 2-out hit. And that's going to bring up the junior third baseman, number 23, Luke Broadus.
Now batting for your Round Rock Dragons, third baseman, number 23, Luke Broadus.
First pitch called strike one.
I can live with the strike zone so far.
Yeah, definitely a big improvement on the strike zone so far tonight. That one misses outside. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Broadus. Quick snap throw over to first. Goddard dives back easily. Fouls that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Broadus.
That's a hit.
Big drive finds a gap between third and short. Broadus with another single. Goddard advances to second on the hit. Bit of a 2-out rally here. Dragons leading this one, bottom of the first. It's 1-0. Third hit of the inning.
Now batting for your Round Rock Dragons, left fielder, number 8, Jack Apple.
And that'll bring up the junior left fielder, Jack Apple. Jack Apple heating up in the playoffs. Had a couple of monster hits on Friday night's win. 2 doubles. Came back with a clutch single against Reagan in Game 3. First pitch. Runs a little high. Ball 1 to Apple. Goddard on second. Broadus on first. It's going to be the designated hitter, Quinn Bartholet, on deck. A lot of power in this Round Rock lineup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Big drive fouled back over the third base dugout. Two balls, 1 strike to Apple.
Come on, Jack.
Two 1 pitch. Drives that one down the third base line. Foul. That's a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Dragons leading this one 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Payoff pitch, fights that one off. Foul down the third base line. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Solo home run by Trajan Godby is the only score of the night so far. Oppa with a chance to blow this one open. Fights another pitch off. Really turning this one into a great at-bat. Here's your 2-2 pitch. Hard hit right at the shortstop. Flips it over to Lavasser for the third out of the inning, but the damage is done on a big opposite field home run for the senior first baseman Trajan Godby. Found the perfect time to get his first homer of the season. And after one, it'll be your Round Rock Dragons 1, the Buda Johnson Jaguars 0. We'll be back after this. So as we move here to the top of the second inning, we didn't have a chance in the pregame to do the starting lineup, so the starting lineup's brought to you by the Hughes Insurance Group. For your Buda Johnson Jaguars, it's Gannon Plummer leading off, playing left field. Batting second, Brenly Oaks playing third base. Batting third, Selvin Garrett at shortstop. Batting fourth, Ricky Montego, the catcher. Batting fifth, Thomas Schnabel, the center fielder. Batting sixth, number 25, Anderson Burnett, the pitcher. Cohen Beacon, the first baseman, batting in the 7 slot. Batting eighth, Joseph Cardona Jr. And your second baseman is Luke Lavasser. That's going to bring up the catcher again. Temple College commit Ricky Montego was at the plate last inning when they threw Brenly Oaks out at second base for the third out of the inning. So he will lead off top of the third and takes a first pitch high, ball 1. Big swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strikes. Your starting lineup for your Round Rock Dragons, leading off, number 1, Hudson DePriest. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one called strike at the letters, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We talk a lot about this, your first inning or two, you're still figuring out the umpire. So far, it's a huge improvement with his home plate umpire in his strike zone. 1-1 pitch, foul down the first base line. The speedy Kivitz gives it chase. Give a shout out to Rudy Martinez. Rudy listening out in New Mexico. I think that's our first New Mexico listener. I know we've got Tampa, Oklahoma, Ohio, New York, North Carolina, Connecticut covered. Here's a 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Breaking ball hangs up high, 2-2 count. If you're just joining us now, we're in the top of the second inning. Round Rock Dragons leading 1-0 on an opposite field home run by the first baseman senior, Trajan Godby. That fastball, just misses. Great pitch, 3 balls, 2 strikes to the catcher, Montego. Fastball ripped down the third base line. That's going to get down. That's going to be at least a double. Montego rounding first, headed towards second. Opple firing it in, and it'll be Montego with a leadoff stand-up double. That'll bring up your center fielder, Thomas Schnabel.
Next up for Buda Johnson, center fielder number 17, Thomas Schnabel. Here to see a bunt here, I'm guessing. Maybe they should run one time.
With no outs, definitely a bunt situation. Corners are up. He squares the bunt, and that ball runs in and hits him. He never pulled the bat back, though. Here comes Coach Carter. He never pulled that bat back.
That's twice this has happened in this series.
And they're not going to appeal it. I do not like the call. I mean, we have it on video. You're watching at home. He squared around the bunt. Ball ran in inside, hit him. Either way, it doesn't matter. Thomas Schnabel finds a way to get to first base, hit by a pitch. Montego on second after a big leadoff double. And that'll bring up Anderson Barrett. Quick snap throw to first. Ooh, they almost had him. Almost had Montego at second. Great move by the junior, Josh Horvath. Montego able to just dive in, back in time. Big nice bunt down the third base line. Broadus gives chase, fires it just in time. On the exchange, Kazman not able to get the ball out of the glove, drops it. Montego comes in to score, tying the ball game 1-1. It was a beautiful bunt by the pitcher, Barrett. Luke Broadus makes an outstanding charging play, fires at the first. He is called out. On the exchange to throw it home, ball gets dropped. Montego scores from second. First pitch, drives it to right center. Cohen Beacom drives it to the wall. That's going to be a second run for the Jags. He's motoring to third, and he's going to slide in there in time with a triple. Great piece of hitting by the first baseman, Cohen Beacom. Drives a ball to right center for an RBI triple. That'll be a RBI triple for the first baseman. And the Jaguars take a 2-1 lead here in the top of the second inning. And that'll draw a mound visit by Coach Carter.
Now batting for Buda Johnson, designated hitter, number 9, Joseph Cordova Jr.
And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 9, Joseph Cardona Jr. with Beacon on third. First pitch, a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. If you're listening to the @AirCam Images stream, I know there's a little latency here. That ball runs in, and it's going to be a hit, but hit him. I think it just caught him in the back. Cardona Jr. hit by a pitch. That'll put runners on first and third with just one out here. Top of the second inning. Jags have taken a 2-1 lead with runners on first and third. That'll bring up the second baseman, Luke Lavasser. Squares the bunt, fouls that one straight back. It was Broadus, the third baseman, charging on the bunt with a runner on third. Oh, 1 out. First and third, another bunt situation. Looked to be more of a safety bunt than a suicide squeeze, and that curveball catches the inside corner. 0-2 count. Third to first pickoff attempt, holds the ball. Good move by the pitcher, the junior Horvath, to keep the runner on first honest. Big high kick, misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls that one back over the backstop into the parking lot. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Cohen Beacom with an RBI triple, still on third base. Joseph Cardona reaches first, hit by a pitch. Lavasser, the second baseman, fights off another ball into the parking lot. Still a 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out. Here's a pitch, just misses a hair outside. Big shot right at the Priest, flips it to Casman, fires it to first for the double play. That's a run-saving double play. The Priest to Casman to Godby for the third out of the inning, but the damage is done. Jaguars put up 2 runs on 2 hits, and we move to the bottom of the second inning. It is your Dragons trailing the Buda Johnson Jaguars 2-1. We'll be back.
Now for your Round Rock Dragon.
Leading off bottom of the second inning, your designated hitter, Quinn Bartlett. Quinn, a phenom catcher. one of the best in district, behind the first team All-State 2024 first team All-State catcher who has the numbers to match it again, Chris Brooks. Any other school, this young man is the number one catcher by far. But he's been clutch in the designated hitter spot, steps in. First pitch misses outside, ball one. Pitch, hard roller to shortstop. Garrett fires it to first for the first out of the inning. Just got a little bit out in front, rolled over a little bit on that one. And that'll bring up
Next up for your Round Rock
the
Dragons,
right fielder, number 9,
Number 9,
Jace
Kivett.
Kivett. Jace with one of the best at-bats of the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes, fights off 3 pitches before roping a double down the line. And he's hacking on the first pitch, fouls that one back. 0-1 count, 1 out here. Bottom of the second. Jaguars leading this one 2-1. And Anderson Barrent on the mound, comes inside on that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Dragons coming to this one flying high after back-to-back walk-offs against the Reagan Rattlers. Fastball catches outside corner.
It's the furthest out I've seen him go.
Gets a generous call on that one, but either way, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out here. Hard hit ground ball, right back at Barrent. Picks up the ball, fires it to first for the second out of the inning. Third baseman Brenley Oaks will come in to make sure he's okay.
Round Rock Dragons, second baseman, number 13, J.P. Casman.
That'll bring up the second baseman, junior, number 13, J.P. Casman. J.P. with the 2 RBI double, tying up the game in the bottom of the 7th inning. Breaking ball hangs a little bit high, ball 1. Two balls, no strikes on Casman. Three-0. That fastball taken on the outside corner. Called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. 2-1 ball game. Jags leading over your Dragons. Rent comes set. Pitch. Hard hit. Finds a gap. Backhand by Garrett. Thrown high. And Casman easily beats that one out. That will be scored a hit. That was a tough play. Garrett able to get in the hole, backhands it, has to make a quick throw, floats it a little high, but either way, J.P. Casman's able to beat that out. And that'll bring up the senior shortstop, Hudson DePriest. Hudson with the biggest hit of his life in the 7th inning, 2 outs. Runner on second, 4-4 ball game against Reagan. It'd be his RBI double down the left field line. Quick snap throw to first, not in time. Casman with a big lead out there at first base. Here's the pitch. Big rip right over shortstop's head. Finds a gap. Excellent piece of hitting for the senior shortstop, Hudson DePriest, with another 2-out single. That'll put Casman on second, DePriest on first, and that'll bring up the big bat of Trajan Godby.
Now batting for your Round Rock Dragons first baseman, number 21, Trajan Godby.
It'll be Trajan Godby in the first inning with a solo home run. The sole run so far for your Round Rock Dragon. He, along with the Jaguars catcher Montego, will be headed to Temple College next year. Just up I-35. Breaking ball hangs a little high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. As you see, if you're watching the camera feed, Dragons are in their all-white uniforms, maroon caps. Meanwhile, the Jaguars in their gray road uniforms, black caps with gold bills. That breaking ball catches the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Big rip down left field. That ball gets down. They're gonna hold Casman at. They hold Casman. They snap through behind him and get Casman thrown out at third. They had sent him. They had hit the brakes, and Casman was just a hair too far off. They were able to throw behind him for the third out of the inning. And we'll move to the top of the third inning. Jaguars leading this one 2-1. And save the date. The Round Rock Football Booster Club presents a golf benefit, an 18-hole scramble, October 18th, 2025, with an 8 a.m. shotgun start. Please check out the Round Rock Football Booster Club Facebook or X pages for more information, but it will be at Avery Ranch Golf Course on October 18th. We move here to the top of the third inning with the Dragons trailing this one 2-1. Leading off will be the leadoff hitter, number 3, Gannon Plummer. First pitch is in there for a strike. Plummer grounded out on the first pitch of the game to second baseman J.P. Kasman. This one, he rips this one to right field. A hard hit ball to Kivett. Quickly takes a look at first base. Doesn't have a play. Fires it in to Kasman.
Next up for the Jags, third baseman, number 22, Brenley Oaks.
That'll bring up third baseman number 22, Brenley Oaks, for the Jags.
Comes a bunt.
Definitely bunt situation. Broadus, the third baseman, playing on the grass on this one. Squaring, showing the bunt already. Fastball, breaking ball rather. That one called strike one, catches the inside corner. Quick snap throw to first, not in time. Breaking ball inside, called ball one. 1-1 strike. Umpire definitely with a much tighter strike zone. But again, heads and shoulders better than what we saw in the 3-game set against Reagan. Oaks squares the bunt. Fastball catches the outside corner. Quick snap throw by also Brooks. Not in time. Plummer steals second. So the Jaguars are threatening again with Garrett Plummer on second. Nobody out. 2 balls, 1 strike to the third baseman, Brenley Oaks. That breaking ball's in the dirt. Great job by the senior catcher, also Brooks, to block that and hold the runner. That one finds a gap between third and short. Oaks will go to third. Oaks will stay at first with a single. Jaguars threatening again. Runners on first and third with nobody out. It'll be the senior Hudson DePriest with the mound visit to settle the junior Josh Horvat down a little. Ball's a little high and outside. 1 ball to the shortstop, Selvin Garrett. Selvin been busy today defensively with the glove. Oaks on first. Squares the bunt. Breaking ball inside corner, called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gannon Plummer reached on the single. Now on third base. Brenley Oaks with another single on first. Third to first. Horvath holds the ball. Breaking ball. Ump says, yes, you went. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a dribbler down the third base line. That'll stay foul. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on first and third. Garrett struck out looking in his first at-bat. Lays off a high fastball on that one. That one ran in about 85 miles per hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls that one back. Nice breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Garrett goes down swinging on a 74-mile-an-hour curveball. And that'll bring up your Temple College commit catcher, Ricky Montego. That's the first out of the inning. Runners on first and third. Plummer and Oakes each reaching base with singles. First pitch is high, ball 1.
Yep.
Nice curveball catching the inside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Montego, the number 4 hole hitter. Thomas Schnabel, the center fielder, is on deck. Breaking ball misses outside. Horvath will run a fastball about 88 miles per hour. Change speeds up with a curveball that runs about 75, and it almost looks like he has a slider, Justin, because he runs another one in the low 80s. That one's in the dirt. Another outstanding stop by the catcher also, Brooks. Runners will stay put. 3 balls, 1 strike to Montego. Montego draws the walk. That'll load the bases with just 1 out. And again, that'll bring up your center fielder, Thomas Schnabel. Was hit by a pitch, would come around the score in the second inning. That'll draw a mound visit. A lot of leadership shown by this Round Rock team. We've seen this all season long where they'll come out, visit with a pitcher, calm them down, settle them down.
Now about the Jags center fielder, number 17, Thomas Schnabel. We double play ball here.
The corners, first and third, are playing up. Curveball called strike 1. Broadus on the grass as well as Godby. We're just off the grass. Meanwhile, middle infielders are playing double play depth with bases loaded. That's a hard rip down the third base line and foul. 0-2 count. We talked with Coach Carter before the game. We know Buda Johnson's a good hitting team. Really one of the up-and-coming programs, a newer high school. Misses that one outside. But even on the youth travel circuit every weekend, they've got a lot of great little 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds that will be feeding into Buda Johnson. Coach Yeager definitely has a bullpen of players in the future. Fastball catches the outside corner, called strike 3 for the second out of the inning, and that is a huge strikeouts, folks. Schnabel didn't like it.
Next up for Buda Johnson, pitcher, number 25, Anderson Burns.
That'll bring up the pitcher, number 25, Anderson Burnt. Bases are still loaded, 2 outs. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, called strike 1. Absolutely a packed house. Once again, the outfield walls are packed with fans. Check swing, and yes, they say he went. 0-2 count. Overall, they've got a couple of good hits off Horvath, but he's also done an outstanding job running up 0-2 counts. staying ahead of the batters. That one catches the outside corner, rings them up. Back-to-back strikeouts for Horvath. And he holds them at bay. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Score remains Jaguars 2, Dragons 1. We'll be back after this. Alrighty, we're back here. Bottom of the third inning. It's the Buda Johnson Jaguars 2, Round Rock Dragons 1. Leading off here, bottom of the third inning, it will be the senior catcher, Chris Alsobrooks. On deck, the junior center fielder, Cade Goddard.
Leading off for you, Round Rock Dragons, bottom of the third, catcher, number 22, Chris Alsobrooks.
Also, Brooks comes in with a monster bat. Team leading 383, called strike one. Leads the team in triples, home runs, hits. Last year's first team All-State. Big rolls over a little bit on that one. That ball will go foul. 0-2 count. Has a team leading 5 home runs on the year. That breaking ball misses outside. Hard hit ground ball, bounces right up for Garrett, fires it over. Good dig by the first baseman, Cohen Beacom, for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up your junior center field, number 5, Cade Goddard.
Number 5, Cade Goddard.
Gets just underneath that one. Center fielder Thomas Schnabel underneath it, makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Next up for your Round Rock Dragons, third baseman, number 23, Luke Broadus.
That'll bring up the junior third baseman, Luke Broadus, with a big single in the first inning. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, called strike one. Definitely seeing a big improvement with this umpire behind the plate. Big swing and a miss. If you're listening on the Air Cam Images YouTube feed. I know the feed's a little bit wonky due to the hot spot here. Oh, that one runs inside on him. Catches Broadus. Just able to get his face out of the way. Catch him, I thought, on the left shoulder. But he's fine and good to go, and that'll bring up
Dragons left fielder,
your left fielder, number 8, Jack Oppel. Big rip by Oppel. That one's going to... I thought that was over the shortstop's head. Garrett makes a nice catch to end the inning. That's the 3rd out. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning with your Dragons trailing this one 2-1. We'll be back in a moment. As pointed out by Justin DePriest, outstanding job by these umpires, really just controlling the game, right? Whether you're an umpire or a football official, your job is to kind of keep everybody in check, if you would. And these guys are doing an outstanding job tonight. As we move here to the top of the 4th inning, the Jags leading over the Dragons 2-1. It'll be the first baseman, number 7, Cohen Beacom, leading off. The lefty batting Beacom against the righty Horvath. Ball misses on the outside corner. Thanks for joining us tonight. This is Bob Slocum on the call. That fastball looked like it was down the middle. Must be a little low. Called ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Beacom.
Complimented them way too early.
That ball outside. 3-0. There is some activity. Again, there is a big wall that separates us from the Dragons bullpen. But there is some action going on in the Dragons bullpen right now in the top of the 4th. That curve catches the outside. That was a slider that catches the vertical movement outside to in on the outside corner. 3-1 pitch. Fastball. I thought it pinned at the outside corner. Must have been a little bit low. Beacom draws the walk.
Next up for Buda Johnson.
And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 9, Joseph Cardona Jr. Since the 2nd, 3rd, and now the 4th inning, Jaguars have done a good job getting the leadoff hitter on base. That ball catches the outside corner, strike 1. Big swing and a miss.
Strike 3.
Rings him up, catches the outside corner. Cardona Jr. goes down looking for the first out of the inning. Beacom still on first, drew the walk to lead off the inning, and that'll bring up your second baseman, number 10, Luke Lavasser. Vassar grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the second inning. Squares to bunt. That one picked up by also Brooks, foul. 0-1 count, 1 out. Beacom drew the leadoff walk, still on first. Nice curveball. Started inside, broke to the outside corner, 0-2 count. Ooh. Close, but it was probably the right call. Little outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outstanding pitch by Horvath on an 0-2 count. Ran that one just a little bit outside, close enough. Trying to get Lavasser to chase, but he doesn't. Breaking ball, starts middle of the plate, breaks outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2-1 ball game still. Horvath coming set. Here's the 2-2 pitch, 1 out. Beacom is going. No throw by also Brooks. Breaking ball was outside. Horvath does have a high kick. So on a breaking ball, that's a tough one for a catcher to make the throw down. Good call by Coach Yeager, sending Beacom. Now we've got a 3 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second for the Jags. Here's the pitch by Horvath. Misses outside. Ball 4. Had him at 0-2.
Let's go. Next up, Buda Johnson. Left fielder, number 3.
That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, number 3, the left fielder, Gannon Plummer. Plummer grounded out on the first pitch of the game to the second base and had a single in the 3rd inning. Breaking ball misses outside, ball 1. Big lead out there for Beacom at second. Batter calls time late. I do not like that.
No.
Ump does not have to reward it. You call it that late, I mean,
He was already in his kick. You can't do that to pitchers.
here we go, the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-0.
Can't do this.
Big swing, driven foul over the third base dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike to the lefty Plummer. Big swing and a miss for strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Top of the 4th inning. This game is flying along. It's Buda Johnson, 2 runs on 4 hits. Round Rock Dragons, 1 run on 5 hits. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. Another strikeout for Horvath. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. And that's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, number 22, Brenley Oaks. The 3rd baseman walked his first at-bat, hit a single in the 3rd inning. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Breaking ball misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Quick throw over to second base is not in time. Beacom able to dive back in safely. Cohen Beacom on second. Luke Lavasser on first. Both reached via walks. That ball runs inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Ball's inside a little bit low. Looked like it had the inside corner. 3 balls, no strikes. A little bit quieter on the air tonight without a color commentary to play with us. And that'll be ball 4. Oaks reaches with another walk. His 2nd walk of the night. That'll load the bases up as Cohen Beacom moves to 3rd. Luke Lavasser will go to 2nd base. And Brenley Oaks now on 1st. That'll bring up the shortstop. Selvin Garrett struck out looking in the 1st. Struck out swinging in the 3rd. And that's going to draw a visit by Coach Rodriguez. Defensively, it's been a pretty clean game for both teams. They're going to try to ride this horse a little bit longer. Got bases loaded. Selvin Garrett at the plate. Horvath with a curveball. That was a beaut. Breaks right over. 0-1, 2 outs. This will be a huge momentum shift for either team. That ball's in the dirt. Outstanding job by also Brooks keeping it in front. Really, we've seen game after game why Chris Brooks was the 2024 first team All-State catcher. His numbers match last year's. Headed to San Jack next year. That breaking ball runs inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Seen a lot more breaking balls tonight. out of Horvath than we have in recent weeks. That one flared up. Godby falling underneath it, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. And the Jaguars strand 3 as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Score still 2-1. Jags leading this one. We'll be back in a moment.
Designated hitter, number 12, Quinn Bartlett.
Quinn Bartlett stepping in. Just out in front. He rolled over in the first at bat. Just a hair off on the timing. Pretty steady wind blowing from left field foul pole to the right field foul pole. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1 strike. Typical this time of year with the south facing left field here at Dragon Diamond. Big swinging, fouls out one straight back, 1-2 strikes. It's a balmy 93 degrees. The sun has set. It is gray, pretty heavy clouds. No rain in the forecast. Big swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. There is a 11-mile-an-hour wind. Again, blowing out of the southeast.
Number 9, Jace Kevin.
Almost perfectly from the third base or your Dragons dugout towards the right field wall. And that'll bring up the lefty, Jace Kivett. First pitch, that one's outside, called a strike. The ump hasn't missed many of those, Justin, but the ones I've seen him miss are to lefty batters.
100%.
What do you think, Cody Baker? Give a little shout out. Ooh, that one catches the outside corner, 0-2. Cody Baker, our season-long scoreboard keeper.
Looked a little outside.
He thought it was a little outside as well, but either way, it's 0-2 pitch is on the way and a big swing and a miss by Kivett. Back-to-back
Now
Ks
batting for you, Round Rock
for a
Dragons,
bird.
second baseman, number 13, JP Jasmine.
That'll bring up one of the hottest bats in the district. Second baseman, JP Casman. He's been doing it all year long. In the 5th, 6th inning, 7th innings, there's nobody deadlier. Takes that breaking ball, high and inside, ball 1. Ooh, breaking ball catches the inside corner, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning. Pops him up. Second baseman falling underneath it. And Lavasser with the catch. As we end the 4th inning, we'll be back with the top of the 5th inning. This is Bob Slocum with Rock Hardball. And there will be a pitching change for the Dragons as we move to the top of the 5th inning. Junior lefty Brooks Miklinchek in the pitch for your
Round Rock
Dragons.
Dragons now pitching, number 15, Brooks Miklinchek. And the Round Rock Dragons Booster Club gives a shout out and thank you to some of our sponsors, Airco Leading off
and
top
Hughes
of the
Insurance Group.
Johnson Jaguars.
As we move to the top of the 5th inning,
Ricky.
it'll be the catcher, Ricky Montego, leading off the 5th inning for your Jaguars. First pitch runs inside, 1 ball, no strikes. That ball must have been low. Not sure where it was, other than down the middle.
It's over the plate.
So it must have been low. 2 balls, no strikes to Montego. Two balls, 1 strike. Miklinchek with an insane .609 ERA. A big swing, ripped foul down the left field line for Montego. That is a outstanding .609 ERA across 23 innings pitched. He was the winning pitcher Friday night in the walk-off.
Oh!
Doesn't get a call on that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh! Come on.
Umpire appears to be going with top of the knees. Again, every ump's different. We get some that are calling them below the kneecap. Others call them above. This one It's a very tight strike zone down low. Hard hit ground ball. Grabbed by Broadus. Fired across the diamond just in time. Godby with the stretch and the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, Thomas Schnabel.
Jaguars, number 17, center fielder, Thomas Schnabel.
Good start from Miklinchek. The lefty pounds a fastball inside, 0-1 count. Big rip, foul down the third base line. The lefty, Miklinchek, pitching to the righty batting, Thomas Schnabel. Was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Schnabel struck out in the third, and he rips that one down the left field line, and that's going to fall foul. Oh, 2 count. Pounds the inside, just misses. Great pitch and a great 0-2 pitch from Miklinchek. Breaking ball, check swing, is able to hold it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Schnabel at the plate. Brooks Miklinchek on the mound. Rest of the defense remains the same for your Dragons. Inside, big rip foul down the left field line. Brooks Miklinchek in on the mound in relief. Chris Alsobrook still behind the dish. Broadus at third, DePriest at short, Kasman at second, Godby at first. That pitch runs up high, 3 balls, 2 strikes. For your outfield, left to right. Left fielder is Oppel, center Goddard, right field Kivett. Big swing and a miss, strike 3 for the second out of the inning. The final box score for Josh Horvath will be 4 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. That'll bring up the pitcher, number 25, Anderson Burnt. Big swing on that pitch, strike 1. Hangs that one just a bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big drive to the center field. In the gap. Gets past Goddard to the wall. Rolling up. Stops at second. It'll be a stand-up double for the pitcher, Anderson Barrett.
Next up for the Jaguars, first baseman, number 7, Cody Beaker.
Again, we got about 11-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the left field foul pole towards right field. That'll bring up your first baseman, number 7, Cohen Beacom. The wind does definitely play a favor to lefty batters as it's blowing towards the right field. Misses on that pitch. 1 ball, no strikes.
That is again.
Breaking ball, strike 1.
It's a left-handed batter. He's given 2 balls at least.
Yeah, it definitely has a wider strike zone for lefties on the outside pitch. That ball's in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pretty much sticks to the white part of the plate for a righty batter. For lefty batters, he's giving them a good 2 baseballs outside. That ball misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Beacom thought he had a walk. Started jogging to first. He has something to say to the umpire, but Justin, I don't think that's a wise move because this umpire has maintained control of this game. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Here's the payoff pitch. Outside corner, doesn't get the call. He's called that one numerous times tonight, but doesn't give him the call there. Beacom draws the walk. We've got 2 outs, runners on first and second. And it is going to be a pinch hitter, number 27, coming in, Parker George. Which Parker George is the right fielder of record. Joseph Cardona Jr. was the designated hitter for the right fielder tonight, Parker George. They're going to put Parker George in the hit with runners on first and second. That ball catches an inside corner. 0-1 count. You've got the pitcher Anderson Burnt doubled on second base, and Cohen Beacom reached on a walk. That's a big drive down the left field line. Foul into the Dragons bullpen. 0-2 count with 2 outs.
Nothing over the plate here.
Yeah, Miklinchek has been outstanding all year. Sub-1 ERA sitting at .609. Pops him straight up. It's going to be the shortstop, the Priest, waving his arms, making the call, making the catch. And that'll be it for the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Score remains 2-1. We'll be back. And as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Jags are leading the Dragons 2-1 in this one. Anderson Burnt still on the mound, only sitting at 60 pitches. 42 of them have been strikes. And he will face the top of the Dragon lineup as the senior shortstop.
Dragons, bottom of the 5th.
Number 1, Hudson the Priest.
Shortstop, number 1, Hudson DePriest. I was looking at Trajan last night.
DePriest takes a deep breath, steps in there, takes the first pitch, run up high. Single in the second, 1 for 2 on the night. That fastball catches the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Big swing.
Gets through.
Gets through for a single. Way to start the inning. Hudson DePriest, the senior shortstop, with another single.
Now batting for your Round Rock Dragons, first baseman, number 21, Trajan.
That'll add to Hudson DePriest, 28 hits on the season. Came into the night batting .313, has definitely helped that average tonight. That'll bring up the big first baseman, number 21, senior Trajan Godby. DePriest with a huge lead out there at first base. Breaking ball called, strike 1. Godby doesn't like it, steps out. Here's the 0-1 pitch, bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1 score. DePriest led off the inning with a single. Quick snap throw back to first. And DePriest easily sliding back in safe. Godby homered in the first inning. Singled in the second inning. If he can find a way to get on here, he's got the deadly Chris Alsobrooks on deck. Quick snap throw back to first. Hudson easily diving back in at first. Snap throw to first again. Great job by Hudson DePriest, staying in the head of the pitcher, Andrew Burnett. Get their signs from Coach Carter. Squares the bunt, pulls back, and a slash fouls that one into the parking lot over the first base dugout. That'll be an 0-2 count for Trajan Godby. I believe it was an 0-2 count on the home run in the first inning. Temple College commit. Big drive down the right field line, giving chase is Parker. That one will be foul. Nothing he can do on that one. .02 count. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 ball game. Dragons are trailing in this one. DePriest reached with a single with a big lead at first. Breaking ball outside. They asked the first base umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big, great hitting. Finds a hole between first and second for another single for Godby. DePriest easily in there at second base. Great job stringing a couple of hits back to back. DePriest now at second, Godby at first, and that'll bring up the biggest bat in district. Number 22, senior catcher Chris Alsobrooks. Chris has flashed a ton of power this year, 5 home runs on the season.
Now batting for your Round Rock Dragons catcher, number 22, Chris Alsobrooks.
And it's going to be a pinch runner for Trajan Godby, the junior. Dylan Slocum, number 19, in the pinch run for Godby with nobody out. We're in a booth with closed windows, but they are jamming in the crowd. It is absolutely packed. Tip of the cap to the Buda Johnson parents and fans and students. They made the trip up from Buda. Meanwhile, Round Rock has shown up in full force. Student section packed. Both left field and right field walls are packed with people. And that'll bring up the big bat, Chris Alsobrooks. Quick up down by Barrett to hold the Priest honest at first. The Priest at first. Slocum on the Priest on second. Slocum on first. Alsobrooks at the plate. First pitch to Alsobrooks. Takes first pitch inside, 1 ball. Chris hits with a lot of power. Leads the team, doubles, triples, and home runs. Finds a gap here. Got a lot of speed with the Priest and Slocum on the base path. Can literally feel the press box swaying with the stomping of the feet in the stands. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pops that one. That's going to get back out of play over the first base dugout into the parking lot. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another quick up down, and the Priest was barely off the base. Hudson the Priest, the senior, doing a great job. Big swing and a miss by Alsobrooks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big pop-up right field. Parker giving chase. He's got room. Makes the grab. The Priest tagging up. No throw to third. It's cut off. Cut off by Selvin Garrett. Slocum holds up at first. First and third for your Dragons. 1 out, and that'll bring up the big junior bat. Number 5, Cade Goddard. So it's the Priest on third, Slocum pinch running for Trajan Godby at first. 1 out here. Bottom of the 5th inning, Dragons trailing. That ball misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. The Dragons are trailing this one 2-1. been a pretty quiet night. First inning, second batter Trajan Godby with a solo home run is the sole run for the Dragons. A quick snap throw to first. Slocum dives back in safe. It was a high throw. Caught him leaning a little bit on that one.
It's got a fast kickoff move.
Yeah, Anderson Barrett definitely has a solid, real quick snap move to first. That ball misses in the dirt. It's a throw behind. They really focused on the runner at first, but Slocum easily dodged back in safe at first. 2 balls, no strike. The pitch was a ball. Catcher tries to throw it behind him. Two-0 count to Goddard. Big hard ground ball right at Garrett. And Garrett throws it away. Slocum going to third. That ball's out in right field. Goddard in at second. And Hudson DePriest ties this ball game up. Cade Goddard. Cade Goddard hit a hard ground ball to Selvin Garrett at short, who tried to get Slocum at second. Threw it wide. Ball goes out to right field. More importantly, Slocum on third, Goddard on second. It's a 2-2 ball game, and the big bat of third baseman number 23, Luke Broaddus, steps up to the plate. Broaddus, ump says he went. 0-1 count. Broaddus a big bat. He's been heating up lately. Had a single in the first inning. Was hit by a pitch in the third. Curveball breaks inside. A little bit high. Taken. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, we got 1 out here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Hudson DePriest with a big single. Comes around the score to tie this one up at 2. You got Slocum pinch running for Godby at third. You got Goddard with a huge lead out there. The infield is playing in with 1 out on the grass. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ground ball.
No.
And Slocum caught in a rundown. Slocum takes off for home. It was a hard hit ground ball at the first baseman. Slocum was sent. Fired home, got into a rundown. They do get Slocum out for the second out of the inning. Broaddus wisely runs to second base. So now you've got Goddard on third.
Number 8, Jack Apple.
Broaddus on second. 2 outs. 2-2 ball game. And the red hot Jack Apple steps up to the plate. Apple's done an outstanding job this playoffs, hitting the ball foul pole to foul pole. You can't play him defensively. Does an outstanding job going with the pitch. Biggest at bat for him. That one misses outside. That'll draw a mound visit. Montego will come out, talk to Anderson Barrett. Big swing and a miss by Apple. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quinn Bartlett on deck. It's got Goddard on third. Broadus on second. Both have speed. Opple finds a gap. It'll be 2 runs for the Dragons. That ball misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. One of the things we've seen really all season, but definitely during the playoffs, is clutch hitting in clutch times. And there's no 1 or 2 people. It'll be the number 9 batter, the 5 batter, doesn't matter for this Dragon lineup. 2 balls, 1 strike. That curveball breaks over the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, wait, no. That's a no pitch. It was a balk. It is a no pitch. And that's going to draw Coach Jaeger out. And he's going to the crew chief at third base. He doesn't like the call. The call on the field was a balk. Goddard comes in to score. It is 3-2 Dragons. Meanwhile, Broadus on the balk advances to third base. So Dragons now take the lead 3-2. Broadus on third. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Two balls, 1 strike. I'll say, Justin, from what we saw out of the Reagan coach and his behavior compared to the way Coach Jaeger didn't like the call and the class he just showed, he's running a classy program. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Also,
and you know,
for the fans too. The fans have been
really great,
respectful and not attacking.
Absolutely outstanding fans. And we saw it with the players that came out to our game on Saturday. The Buda Johnson players, first class all the way. Opple fights that one. Outside pitch, not much he can do with it. That's a great piece of hitting. Fights it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. If you're joining us on the air, on the YouTube, click that subscribe. We'll try to record more games. Big swing and a miss by Opple. And that'll be the end of the 5th inning, but the damage is done. Round Rock puts up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to take a 3-2 lead. We'll be back after this.
Leading off top of 6 for Buda Johnson. Number 10, second baseman, Luke Levesson.
That'll bring up the number 9 hole hitter, second baseman Luke Levasseur. Welcome back. Game 1 of the regional semifinal as the Round Rock Dragons host the Buda Johnson Jaguars. 3-2 ball game. This is Bob Slocum on the call. Nice breaking ball, Brooks Micklin check. Another breaking ball. Strike 2. Levasseur in the hole, 0-2. Chopper up the middle. Quick play, bang, bang play by the Priest. Flashing that Gold Glove ability. Fires it over to Godby for the first out. That is one of the hardest plays for a shortstop. It is a slow roller, and you are coming at it full speed. You can't let it get in the web of your glove. You got to palm it in the mitt and have a quick exchange and fire it to first. And I don't think anybody does it better than Hudson the Priest. We go back to the top of the order. It'll be Gannon Plummer, the left fielder. Lefty on lefty here. Plummer bats lefty. Miklinchek throws lefty. Misses on that one. Two-0. Miklinchek steps off, takes a deep breath. You know, just what we've seen from him, when we look at relievers, no way he's not first team all district.
I'm just thinking the same thing.
You know, after this game, he's going to be sub 0.6 ERA.
And this is really the first batter he's been started behind on.
3-0 count. Misses that one high, ball 4.
No batter, Johnson, number 22, third baseman.
That'll bring up number 22. Second baseman, Brenly Oaks, with Selvin Garrett on deck. I love that name, Selvin Garrett. That's a baseball player's name right there. That is a great athlete's name.
You got to wonder if they're going to try to squeeze a bunt here just to move this runner. At least put him in scoring position.
Buda Johnson has shown small ball all night.
And they bunt well.
But again, you have a lefty pitcher, makes it a lot harder for that base runner to get a good lead. Runs that one inside. And we just saw Coach Yeager on third base is telling Plummer at first to watch that pickoff move. Again, a pitcher can go to about 45 degrees towards home plate and then put his foot down. So long as he doesn't go over that 45-degree mark, it's legal. Strike 1 catching the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Squaring the bunt. Drops a beautiful one down the first base line. That's a tough play. Grabs it with his glove, flips it over. Outstanding fielding by Miklinchek. That was a slow roller towards first base. It was really a bunt for a base hit. In doing so, it was a real late square. Lays it down at the last second by Oaks. It was a beautiful bunt. Nothing Miklinchek can do but grab it with his mitt and flip it right from the glove to first base. That'll bring up Selvin Garrett, the shortstop. Pops that one up.
Gotta have it.
Kivitz easily cruises underneath that. That young man makes the most difficult play look simple. And with that, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your Round Rock Dragons 3, Buda Johnson Jaguars 2. Kivitz is so good out there. That kid covers.
No, he's so fast. You watch him.
He makes it smooth.
He's so fast.
And it's smooth. It just, he covers the ground. Give a little shout out to New Mexico. Rudy Martinez listening.
Rudy.
We will stream tomorrow night's game, 7 p.m. in Buda. We will be streaming this game on the same YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Quick snap. Montego, Temple College commit, has a nice move and throw down the second for sure.
Leading off for your Round Rock Dragons, bottom of the sixth. Designated hitter number 12, Quinn Bartlett.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Quinn Bartlett. I don't know what Coach Jaeger's asking.
Pitch count.
Oh.
Maybe our right field crew over there make a little too much noise.
It may be the right field crew making a little bit of too much noise out there. Jaeger came out. Again, one of the things we've seen last week against Reagan, we're seeing it again tonight against Buda Johnson, is the outfield walls, both right field to center and then left field to the center field high wall, is absolutely packed with Dragon fans. Big swing, fouled that one back. 0-1 to the designated hitter, Quinn Bartlett. Oh, 1 count. And that's a late timeout call by Quinn Bartlett. And the umpire gave it to us, just like he gave it to them earlier in the game.
I don't like that.
We didn't like it before, we don't like it now, but 0-1 count, Bartlett stepping back in. Fouls that one straight back and out of play. 0-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes. Gotta love the crowd out here, Justin. I mean, all the students. I mean, these are families too out in the outfield.
Yeah, the playoff experience around here is really something special.
And it really gives you that small Texas town feel where everybody comes out to the games. Rolled over just a little bit. Ground ball to Selvin Garrett. Fires at the first and gets him by a step for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the
Next up,
lefty,
your Round Rock Dragons,
right fielder, Jace
number 9,
Kivett.
Jace Kivett.
The Dragons looking for some insurance runs here.
Big swing and a miss by the junior right fielder. Squares the bunt. That was a bunt for a single. The speedy Kivett. And well, I'll give a shout out to his uncle listening in New Mexico. At least I'm saying the name right. There is no S on the end of it. My wife corrected me on Saturday. It's Jace Kivett. A two-sport letterman, starter on the varsity Dragon football team. Big swing and a miss for the strike 3 in the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up one of the hottest bats around in J.P. Kasman.
Next up for your
The
Round
junior
Rock Dragons,
second baseman.
number 13, J.P. Kasman.
Come on, JP, you're good. You got this.
Kasman with an outstanding 371 batting average. A hard hit down the left field line. That's going to go. That'll be a base hit for Kasman, and that'll add to his 371 batting average. Kasman has been red hot, especially when we get to the 5th or later innings in games. He's batting 371 on the season with an impressive 437 on base percentage. So with 2 outs, Kasman gets a 2-out single. Breaking ball outside. If you're joining us, 3-2 ball game. Senior shortstop Hudson DePriest, 2 for 3 on the night with 2 singles. Came around to score the tying run in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kasman with a big lead out there at first base. Outside, ball 2. You know, you got to tip your cap to the senior shortstop coming in here a little bit under the weather and only goes 2 for 3 on the night. Takes a strike 1, 3 balls, 1 strike. You know, we were talking this weekend about grit and the fight that these boys have in them. And by far the leader of this infield, Hudson DePriest. Quick snap though to first. Kasman dives back in there. Mentioned it last inning. Brent has a real impressive quick move to first base. If you're just joining us now, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dragons 3, Jags 2. Ground ball rolled over just a little. Garrett, quick flip to second for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 7th inning, folks. This ball game's a 3-2 game. Dragons 3 runs on 8 hits. Jaguars 2 runs on 5 hits. We'll be back in a moment. So if you're just joining us, we had a pop out what appeared to be the third out to the right fielder. It was a tough play on the run. The ball was dropped. The runner had given himself up, but then took her off and ended up scoring. That ball's fouled out of play. So Barrett comes around the score. Cohen Beacon, on a couple of errant throws, is able to get to third base. So the ball game is tied up 3-3. That one's popped straight up in the air. Godby in the foul territory calls it, makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning in one of the craziest innings I've ever seen. Ball game is tied up 3-3. And after last weekend's games, did you expect anything less than going to the bottom of the 7th inning with a knotted up game? We're going to have a pitching change. We'll give you a name once we get a number.
24.
It appears to be number 24 in the pitch. Number 24, Ben Curry, the junior right-hand pitcher.
Personnel update for Buda Johnson. Now pitching. Number 24, Ben Curry.
You know, Justin, it really goes when you and I, we've even coached together, right? We've always told the boys, play's never over. Play is never, ever, ever over.
No, there was a lot of minutia on that play. I mean, you've got runners that are running off the field.
So what happens on the play, runner on first. It was a pinch runner in for the pitcher, Brent. Ball was hit. It was a tough one. Over second base, kind of in that the right center power alley. Both Goddard and Kivett gave chase. It looked like the speedy Kivett was there to make the catch. Comes down. The runner for Brent kind of gave himself up, rounded second, thought the ball was caught, kind of like walked off, realized the ball was dropped, took off for third, wild throw to third. He comes in to score. Beacom, who had hit the ball, is able to come around to third.
Leading off for your Round Rock Dragons, bottom of the 7th, number 26.
But either way they
Rodriguez.
get Parker. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is knotted up at 3. And you've got a red hot bat here in Luke Broadus.
Luke Rodriguez.
Luke Broadus with a couple of hits on the night. And I'm sorry, I stand corrected. It is a pinch hitter. It is a pinch hitter for Trajan Godby. It's going to be Luke Rodriguez, the junior.
He actually played the last inning in the field. He just kind of snuck by us.
We didn't catch the substitutions, and we apologize about that. It was Jake Steritz came in at third base, and Luke Rodriguez comes in at first. Takes the first pitch, strike one. You got a big bat here, and also Brooks on deck. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Hard hit ground ball. Left field line. That ball is foul. 0-2. That ball low. 1 ball, 2 strikes, as we've seen all night with the home plate umpire. Again, not knocking him. A huge improvement from what we've seen last weekend. This umpire a little bit tighter on the low pitches, likes the top of the knees. Oh, that one finds a gap. Great hitting there by Luke Rodriguez, finding a way to get to first with a leadoff single. That's a great 1-ball, 2-strike hitting there.
Next up for your Round Rock Dragons catcher, number 22, Chris Brooks.
So with Rodriguez on first, that'll bring up one of the biggest bats in district, one of the biggest bats in the state, the senior catcher, number 22, Chris Brooks. Really tip your cap to Andrew Barrett of the Buda Johnson Jaguars. Outstanding night on the mound. That curveball, late breaking, inside, ball one. Almost caught him in the shoulder. Luke Rodriguez on first, reaching on with a leadoff single.
No.
Big curveball, fouls that one straight back. Was just a hair underneath that one. Big bat of the junior Goddard on deck.
Well, they're doing what we talk about, Bob, changing up your velocity with this pitcher compared to Burns.
Misses outside on that one. So as Justin just pointed out, they're doing what we see a lot with Josh Horvath. Then the Carter Hughes, it changes the speed. You go 85, 88 miles an hour, drop it down to 81. It looks like that's the game plan with the Jaguars. That breaking ball just inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Big hard hit ground ball. That's in there for another single. Back-to-back singles. Rodriguez is safe at second. Also Brooks at first. And here we've got Cade Goddard. Cade Goddard with the opportunity to walk this one off. It'll be the sophomore call-up, Drew Hearthcock. Number 17 in the pinch run for the catcher, also Brooks. So they're going to have a mound visit on this one. Carter, Rodriguez, they're in to talk to Cade Goddard, Luke Rodriguez on second base, and the speedy sophomore call-up, Drew Hearthcock at first base.
Now batting for your Round Rock Dragons center fielder, number 5, Cade Goddard.
I've known Cade since all his life. I've known this is the type of an at-bat this kid's dreamed of his whole life. Playoff, Game 1, Round 3. Regional semifinals, Round Rock Dragons 3, Buda Johnson 3, bottom of the 7th inning. Cade Goddard at the plate. Luke Rodriguez at second. Drew Hearthcock in the run for Chris Brooks at first. Cade Goddard with an opportunity to walk this one off. Nobody out. I wouldn't be surprised at a bunt either. Outstanding bunt. He squares the bunt, pulls it back. It's called strike 1.
And that infield collapsed quicker than any infield I've ever seen try to run this play. I mean,
his best bet here is if he could push a bunt between third and pitcher or first and pitcher.
Yeah.
Because it'll roll to the second baseman. They're crashing hard to get to their bases. Goddard showing bunt, pulls it back. It's a hard ground ball.
You got to go, Luke.
Luke pauses there. They throw to third to get the leadoff hitter. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Goddard. It'll be scored as a fielder's choice.
Next up for the Dragons, third baseman, number 23, Luke Broadus.
And that'll bring up third baseman Luke Broadus, who's been hot tonight with a couple of hits. He gets the opportunity to try to walk this one off for your Dragons. Here's the pitch. Curveball hits him. catches him on the elbow. That was a curveball that didn't curve. Outstanding job by Broadus to load the bases up. Got Luke Rod at third, Drew Harthcock at second,
Jack Apple.
Luke Broadus at first. And they've actually put a pinch runner in here at third base. I don't see a number.
That's still Drew.
Oh, Drew's on third. The lefty Jack Apple at the plate. A big swing and a miss. So who's running at second? What number do we have?
It's Cade. And then
Oh, that's right. Goddard on second. Harthcock on third. Broadus on first. Big hard hit. That's a single. And the Dragons walk off their third game in a row. Jack Apple with the walk-off single down the first base line, and the Dragons win. The Dragons win 4-3. Holy cow. 3 back-to-back walk-offs for your Round Rock Dragons. What an outstanding game.
three walk-offs in a row. Have you ever seen that?
So what a night. Round Rock Dragons walk off game 1, 4-3. I can tell you in all my life, Justin, I have never seen 3 back-to-back-to-back walk-offs.
Especially in the playoffs.
After dropping game 1 to Reagan on last Thursday night, 10-1, we came back up here to Dragon Diamond. The Dragons would walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning to take the win. I believe it was 3-2. Saturday in Dripping Springs, neutral site, bottom of the 7th. It's a 4-2 ball game. 3 doubles back-to-back-to-back. Jace Kivett, then J.P. Casman, then Hudson DePriest to walk it off 5-4. And tonight, it was 1 run scored in the first inning on the Trajan Godby solo home run. The Jags would answer in the top of the 2nd, putting up 2 runs. And it would remain pretty quiet until the 5th inning. The Dragons would put up 2 more. In the top of the 7th inning, it would be the Jags scoring 1 run to knock the game up 3-3. And then at the end, it would be a couple of clutch hits. Luke Rodriguez. You've got Chris Alsobrooks, and it would be Luke Broadus getting hit by a pitch, and then Jack Apple with a huge single hard ground ball down the right field line. As Drew Harthcock, the pinch runner for the catcher, Chris Alsobrooks, will come in to score. First and foremost, let's take a look at the pitching numbers tonight. You got to tip your cap to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Starting pitcher Anderson Burnt did it. Jacksonville, I said? I said Jacksonville, yeah. There's your blooper reel. It would be your Buda Johnson Jaguars.
You just see Cody and I look at each other like, where are we?
Jacksonville. The Buda Johnson Jaguars, that would be. Outstanding job by their pitcher, Anderson Burnt. Let's get his box score numbers here. He would go, they stopped keeping track at 4, but throughout the game, he pitched 6 innings, had allowed 3 runs, and I believe he was at 7 hits when he came out of the game. As for your Dragons, you got to tip your cap to good job by Josh Horvath. Outstanding job in relief. Brooks Miklinchek, that a man of steel, comes in, absolutely shuts them down. And then let's talk about offense. We already talked about Godby getting his first home run of the season to start off in the first inning. But outstanding. Hudson DePriest, multiple hits. You have Trajan Godby. He was 3 for 3 on the night. Luke Rodriguez comes in the pinch hit. He gets a single. Also Brooks with a big single in the 7th. You got 2 singles there by Cade Goddard. 2 more singles by Luke Broadus and 2 hit by pitches. So Luke Broadus, his numbers for the night. Broadus 2 for 2 and 2 hit by pitch. Jack Oppel stays hot with the biggest hit of the night with the walk-off single. And J.P. Kasman stays hot in the 9-hole, going 2 for 2. So we're going to try to broadcast this again tomorrow, 7 p.m. down at Buda Johnson for Game 2. It'll be elimination game for the Buda Johnson Jaguars. If needed, Game 3 will be 3 p.m. at Del Valle. We'll also be streaming that here on the same website. So thank you for joining us with Rock Hardball. This is Bob Slocum, Justin DePriest, and Cody Baker. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.